Well, I think first of all, it's a incredible company who's had 20 years of great success, and I think I'm fortunate enough to know quite a few people here, which is sort of a unique opportunity. It's when you come into a new company and you happen to know maybe upwards of 25% of the employees. That's kind of cool, right? So while it's a new start, it's kind of a homecoming at the same time. And honestly, I think we're poised to double the business in the next 5 years. I think we are in a position, we have the foundation, we have the people and the processes to create hyper growth in the organization. And that's what I'm most excited about. I've got quite a bit of experience. I mean, as I said, I spent 16 years at COTG and Global, which is sort of a similar business to where we're at with Proven. And we had really, really great success there. So I think that success is replicable. I think we can replicate that success. And I've also worked at some bigger companies and seen some different things. But I think ultimately my energy, my enthusiasm, my expectations, my passion for the business, I absolutely love the business. And I'm absolutely convinced that we can go to the next level. So I think if I'm convinced, then I think everybody will become convinced. The biggest experience I had was, of course, I spent 16 years at COTG, starting when they had maybe 10 sales reps, 15 sales reps, I think, when I first started there. And I think at the end of my tenure there, we had well over 100. We grew the business from $30 million to $167 million over 10 years. And so I think what was most rewarding from that experience was we really changed people's lives. I would tell people when I interviewed them that this is going to be a life-changing job for you. And people would laugh at me and go, it's like selling printers. I don't think it's quite life-changing. And I would say, well, I think it will be. And then in hindsight, many people recognize that, it was life-changing because of the experience they got, the skills they were able to develop, in some cases, the income and the promotions that they were able to aspire to, right? That I think when they started, they had no expectations that their career would go to these kinds of levels. And to me, that's the greatest thing ever. I think there's an opportunity for some structure, some process on the sales side. I think sort of establishing some expectations and some things that, I sort of say it's kind of like installing an offense. I have a specific offense that I think is a very successful offense to run, sort of like a football coach. It would be my goal to install that offense. And I think if we're able to run that offense, we're going to achieve unbelievable success. Yeah, well, I have a wife and 4 kids, and 2 dogs. So there's not a lot of unwinding happening there, and I do love to work. So that's a lot of time as well. So, but if I'm not doing any of those things, then I love to play golf. I've played golf for 50 years. One of my greatest passions, and I'm not giving up on getting to as good as I want to get to yet, And then I am a huge Michigan State Spartans fan. I'm an alumni of Michigan State University, and I think some people would say I have an unhealthy obsession with following their sports teams. So, but it's probably not the worst thing to be addicted to.